Hi there, lovely people. You've got Sammy here. Today we're going to be completing the Picot Rose Granny Square as part of our 365 Granny Square a Day crochet along project. So I've just done a magic ring. If you don't like magic ring, you can chain 4 and slip stitch. And then I've done a chain of 5, which is going to count as a double crochet and a chain of 2. We're going to continue around, working into the circle with a double crochet and a chain of 2. Double crochet and a chain of 2. We're going to continue that around until we have 8 double crochet, including our starting chain. So at the end, you'll be slip stitching into the 3rd loop of the chain. There'll be 8 double crochets and 8 chain 2 spaces. I'm going to continue with this colour at the end of this round, but I'll show you how to change if that's what you want to do. I'll meet you back here for round 2. Round 1's finished. 8 double crochet, 8 chain 2 spaces. You can see there I've slip stitched into the 3rd loop of the chain, so we've still got a chain 2 space back where we started. Now for round 2, if you're starting with a new colour, join into a chain 2 space. I'm not, so I'm just going to slip stitch into that chain 2 space. From there I'm going to chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then I'm going to slip stitch into the 5th loop of the chain to make our picot stitch. I'm going to chain 5, and slip stitch into the 2nd loop in the chain. Oh, no, not there. The 2nd loop in this chain to make a 2nd picot. My bad. And we chain 1. We skip the double crochet and we double crochet into the next chain 2 space. So we have our first petal sitting with 2 picots. Now we chain 5, slip stitch into the 2nd chain, chain 5, and slip stitch into the 2nd loop of the chain. To create our 2 picots, chain 1, skip the double crochet and pop a double crochet into the next chain 2 space to start on our next petal. So we've done 8 here to start and slip stitch into the 5th. The 3rd one there is where we'll do our slip stitch to finish off this row. So all our petals will sit with 2 picots at the top. That one will join there. So from the double crochet we've just put in the chain space, chain 5, slip stitch into the 2nd to create our first picot, chain 5, slip stitch into the second to create our second picot, chain 1, skip the double crochet and pop a double crochet into the next chain 2 space. So we're going to follow that pattern all the way back to the beginning. As I said, be joining with a slip stitch into the third loop of the starting chain, because it was longer, so it would be a double crochet. So if you want to follow along with the video, I'd say go back around 3 minutes and you should be at the double crochet point that we're at now. Otherwise, exact same stitch pattern all the way around, and I will be finishing off to change colours after this round, but I'll show you how to do it either way. So I will meet you back here soon. Okay, round 2 is completed, and you can see our gorgeous lacy Picot rose taking shape. Now I'm joining in with a new colour. If you're not, you can slip stitch over from your finishing point to one of the chain 1 spaces between 2 picots. So in the top of the petal, it is a lot. You can slip stitch over to that. I'm just joining in with a slip stitch, doing a chain of 1, which doesn't count as a stitch, and then popping a single crochet into that chain 1 space. From there, I'm going to chain 7, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm going to pop a single crochet in the chain 1 spaces between the next 2 picot stitches. A single crochet in there, chain 7, and single crochet into the next chain 1 between picots. Not wanting to catch that picot, I want it to stay sitting at the front. Making sure we get that single crochet placed right. So we're just making some bigger petals, out of the way tail, some bigger petals that are going to sit between our picot stitches. So it's the exact same all the way back to the beginning. Obviously from the last one you'll do a chain of 7 and slip stitch into the first single crochet of this round. I'm going to be continuing with the same colour, but I'll show you how to start whether you're continuing or changing colour. See you all soon for round 4. Alright, round 3 is completed, ready for round 4. Now I'm continuing with the same colour. So I'm just going to slip stitch into the chain space. Obviously if you're changing, just join with a slip stitch into the chain space. Now we're going to work this exact same stitch formation into each chain 7 space. So we've got a single crochet, a half double crochet, 9 double crochet. Oops, get back out of there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. half double crochet, and a single crochet. And we move straight into the next chain space, starting again with a single crochet. So a single, a half double, nine double crochet, a half double and a single crochet. So you can see those petals filling out beautifully, and we've got our nice lacy start to our rose. So repeat that around for each chain space. So at the end of it, you'll have 8 nice full petals. If you want to follow along with the video, go back around 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Otherwise, I'll meet you back here for round 5. We'll start squaring off this beautiful square. Completed round 4, it's time to do round 5 and start framing up our square. So we've got the beautiful rose in the center. I've changed colour and I've just joined into the space between 2 petals with a slip stitch and done a chain of 4, which is serving as our first treble crochet. I'm putting a second treble crochet into that same space, then I'm chaining 3, skipping 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, doing a single crochet into the next 5. Three, 4, 5, chaining 3, skipping 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, popping a single crochet into the next 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, chaining 3. Now we've got 8 petals and we've just done 2, so we're going to start our second corner here. We've done half a corner at our starting point. So in the space between the flowers, going to put 2 treble crochet, two treble crochet, chain of 3, and another 2 treble crochet. So there's our first complete corner. So when we do get back around to our starting point, we've only done half of that corner, so we'll pop 2 treble crochet in there. The chain of 3 will join up into the 4th loop of the starting chain to finish off that corner. Coming out of the corner, we chain 3, skip 4 stitches and pop a single crochet into the next 5. So exactly the same as we've done down this side. If you want to follow along with the video, go back around 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Otherwise, repeat that pattern until you've got 4 sides, 4 corners, and I'll meet you back here for round 6. Alright, round 5 completed. Starting to square out. It's a very lacy square, so don't be too concerned. Now if you're joining in with a new colour, you're going to want to slip stitch into the third treble crochet of any corner, which is where we've slip stitched to finish off anyway. From there we're going to do chain 1, doesn't count as a stitch, pop a single crochet into the treble crochet and a single crochet into the next treble crochet, and pop 3 single crochets into the chain 3 space. 1, 2, 3. So pretty much just popping a single crochet into each stitch, and pop 1 into each of the next 5 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now you can always increase your stitch if you need the size of the square bigger. I do suggest, because it is so lacy, the single crochet does help to stabilize it, so I wouldn't go to a double. I'd do a half double and then a row of single, but I'd rather do an extra round than do the larger stitches, because the singles are very good at stabilizing a lacy square. I'll just put 3 single crochet in the chain space, and I'm popping 1 into each of the next 5 single crochet. So pretty much stitch for stitch. Every single crochet has a stitch in it. Chain 3 space has 3 stitches in it. And our treble crochets each have a stitch in them as well. Now I'll just show you how to do the first corner, and then I'll let you guys finish off this round by yourself. So popping a single crochet into the 2 treble crochet, then in the corner space we're going to put 2 single crochet, chain 3 and another 2 single crochet, all into that 1 chain space. Going down the side, popping a stitch into each stitch and a stitch per chain into the chain spaces. So you can see the single crochet starting to really square it off and stabilize this square. Well, this will be my final round for the Picot rose. I hope you've enjoyed hooking this one up with me and that you found the tutorial helpful. Please don't forget to give us a like. Until next time, happy hooking!